I hated my 7-figure business because I didn't understand how to manage or lead a team. What I've come to realize now is team equals time. If you want to have a better business, if you want to create a life that you truly love, then you need to build a team, but you need to make sure that they are on a journey for you, because they don't care about you. They don't care about what's in it for you. They care about what's in it for them. So in this episode and video, I'm going to share with you 4 top tips to make sure that your team are high performing and help you to build a business, income and lifestyle you truly love. So you're here on the Gary Dash channel and the Pro podcast, where we talk about anything from generating leads to increasing sales to maximizing your business profits. The easiest way to maximize your business profits is by leveraging systems, which we'll be talking to you about a lot in the future, but also by having a fantastic, amazing, high-performing team that are working towards achieving a common goal. So if you're interested in building a business, income and lifestyle that you love, understanding the foundational principles to doing that, then this is the place to be. So make sure that you do what others don't, which is subscribe to the channel, because then you'll get notified of when we release new videos. It will enable us to bring you better content. The more subscribers we get, the more we can create for you. So by the end of this video, you're going to understand the mistakes that I made in my first 10 years of business trying to build a team multiple times. I have recruited more than 50 to 60 people in my business journey since 2006. And this year in particular, I've recruited 5 people in 6 months, and I have been in the office less than ever. And yes, it's partly the recruitment process, but it's also the 4 key areas that I'm going to share with you today by getting out of my own way, no longer believing that I can do everything better than anybody else. The goal of building a team should be to hire people better than you, the experts in each of the individual seats that they sit in. Think about a football team. You know, you have an expert forward, you have an expert midfielder, defender, goalkeeper. Every person on that field is an individual genius at left side, right side, attacking, defending. And then you have the manager of the team who is thinking about the strategy, who is creating the culture, who is motivating, inspiring, and getting everybody to move towards a common goal, which for you in this video is about achieving your definition of success. Let me walk you through my team model. The first element is T, which is about trust. You have to have trust in any relationship, and trust is built over time. But it's also built through providing the right support, the right guidance, and the right training. A saying that I love is delegate, don't abdicate. So when you get an expert in their particular seat, the goal is for you to show them what you're currently doing, for them to understand the business, and for them to then be able to move into a position whereby you trust them to take on the role. So in training, it's very much a case of show somebody how to do something, then observe them doing it, and then let them carry on with that particular task or particular activity. That gives you confidence in their abilities. It also helps you to understand the ways in which they make decisions, and it enables everybody else on the team to begin to trust that individual. If you don't trust the person in that seat, then how can you expect everybody else to? The E is about empowerment. It's giving somebody the authority in the role that they fulfill to make better decisions. The decisions that they make, the more trust that you have, the more confidence that you have in that individual, the more confidence they have in themselves. Up until 2015, when I built a team of almost 15 people, I didn't empower anybody. Everybody had to come through me. All the decisions were my decisions. That kept me trapped. I was first in, I was last out. Nobody was making decisions for the business to achieve more goals. If you empower your team, what you create is a culture of innovation, a culture of experimentation, and you also create ownership in the specific position that they are playing within your team. When somebody owns the role and they understand that it's their baby, it's their decisions, you trust them, they will begin to move the business in a better direction. The A is about accountability. And everybody in the team is not only accountable to you, they're accountable to each other, but they're also accountable to the goals and the targets that you create within the business. It's also important to understand, for example, in making this show and these episodes, we have a weekly calendar. I'm accountable to recording the content. Kiefer can't edit the content if we haven't recorded the content. So he's also accountable to make sure that we have content in advance of when it's due to be released. The advisors are accountable for the sales targets. The administrators are accountable for making sure that the cases are progressed. PAs and customer service support and Camilla is accountable to our coaching clients to make sure that they give us great NPS scores. In accountability, the simplest way to make people accountable is to have a KPI, a metric, a key performance indicator, a number specific to that individual role. Because if you can't put something that's trackable, a before and an after, then how can you see whether they're being accountable to the results that they're being performed within the business? What accountability also creates is a team environment where everybody is moving towards. It creates a high level of standards because you set deadlines which must be realistic for tasks, for actions, for things to be completed. And it creates responsibility. Responsibility comes from empowerment, which builds more trust. So if you get these things right, it's going to change your business. It's going to move you in a direction of becoming a business owner out of the doing seat and into changing your life. The M is for motivation. Your team don't give a shit about what you want for yourself out of your business. They want to be inspired by a vision. They want to be part of something that's changing the world, that's having a bigger impact, that's improving other people's lives. But fundamentally, they're bothered about the amount of time that they get off and the amount of money that they get to make, but also the impact that they're going to have in the world. It's not about you. You create your goals, but you have to get your team motivated and, more importantly, inspired into achieving the bigger vision and the bigger goal. So you have to sit down and say, what's most important to you? What do you want from your life? Why are you here? Why does this direction, destination, goal, target inspire you? And by utilizing this process of trust, empowerment, accountability, and motivation, they're going to be more inspired to help you achieve your business goals. Because everything that I teach within Success Circle Leads to Lifestyle is about having clear objectives for each individual and each department, for creating key results that are trackable metrics related to that objective, but equally setting a reward, not only for you as the owner, but a reward for each of your team, whatever they think is relevant to them. Some will want more money, some will want time off, some will want extra holiday, others will want more flexibility. But if you don't have the right conversations, if you don't recruit in the right way, if you don't get into why these people should come to your business, why they should get bought into the vision, mission, and values, and what direction you're taking the business in, then they're never going to be motivated and inspired to help you achieve your definition of success. My final point on team and bringing people into your business is I used to be a cheapskate. I used to recruit apprentices, people with lower level experience, and because of my own insecurities about being a leader and about being a manager. Now, don't get me wrong, they have a place in a business. It's amazing to give somebody a head start, but everything costs you either time or it costs you money. And it costs you a huge amount of time having to train somebody in the early days from scratch. When you hire and recruit an expert, you, yes, will cost yourself more money because you'll probably have to pay more wages, give them more benefits, but you will save yourself a huge amount of time getting to your success and your results. But it's also a bit like having extra children. I have 4 kids. Now, I'm fortunate in the fact that my team don't bicker yet. We haven't had any major arguments or punch-ups as I've had with team in the past, wanting to offer each other out, let's go outside and have a big fight. That's all happened in my past. Fortunately, it hasn't happened to me in a very long time and a good number of years. But you are, as a manager and as a leader, yes, you're empowering your team. Yes, you're motivating your team, but you also have to delegate, not abdicate. So you have to ensure that everybody is still aligned to the vision, mission, and values and goals. And it does take a different level of understanding, and you have to raise your own standards and become an expert in new areas, because the goal as a leader, as a business owner, is to become a generalist with an overarching strategy view, whereby you're taking care and looking after, supporting the team that you have beneath you, making the next generation better, hopefully, as, like me, you do as a parent. Next week, I'll be talking to you about building a profitable insurance brokerage. Up until 2015, although I absolutely hated the business, we were doing six-figure profits with a team of 15, solely focusing on insurance, life insurance, critical illness, income protection, with completely different lead generation strategies. So no matter what business and industry you are in, this will 100% help you take your business to the next level. Let me know what your biggest challenge is when it comes to recruiting, hiring, or building high-performing teams, and we can create more content for you. We can keep the conversation going. Team equals time, so make sure that you get the right people in the right seats.